Hi, I'm an Adekwe, actor from Manchester, and in this video I'm just going to talk to you about what it's like to work with other people in an audition, because sometimes there are times whereby you don't go into an audition by yourself. You actually have to go in with another person who you're paired up with to do, say, a scene, for example. So this actually happened to me recently. I received an email for an audition from my agent that was taking place in London, and it had kind of the description of the character and like what they wanted. I wasn't quite sure as to whether it would be going in with other people, but from what I read in the email, I kind of had a feeling that that might be the case. So I didn't get the script on the day. Unfortunately, I had to read the script when I was there. So when I got there, obviously handed in the form, filling in the form, you get your script as well. Got the script, started reading the script. And then the guy who I was auditioning with actually then arrived as well. So we got to go through the scene with one another. Now the good thing is, we were kind of like on a similar wavelength. We kind of were comfortable, kind of like with first meeting with each other. We have one of like the same, we actually know a person who like we know, like there's an actor that we both knew. So it kind of made things kind of really calm and whatnot. And yeah, I think we bounced off one another quite well. That's lucky, because that doesn't always happen. That's actually, I wouldn't say that's a super easy thing to do, because there's times when you can try and both bounce off one another, but you don't quite get one another, and you don't accept and build doesn't quite work well between you and whatnot. Whereas in this case, it was, yeah, I thought the audition went like really well, because we went through the scene, we practiced it, we kind of knew as to kind of what they were looking for. At least we felt that way anyway, because that's all you can feel when you're practicing something, and you feel that kind of like you understood what was influencing the piece. And yeah, we went in. We had to do some improvisation, which was good. Some improv. That went pretty well. Then we had to do the scene a few times, which also went very well. I was super happy with it. Like, it's not often that I go into an audition and come out of an audition being super happy with what I did. Normally I'm overly critical of myself. Whereas in this one, kind of we went in, did it, some spontaneous things happened, and we rolled with it, like incorporated it into the actual piece and that. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like, it's not often that I enjoy an audition, so it's actually quite a surprise. And I thought we both worked well with one another. And so yeah, so leaving, I was not smug, but like I was happy with what we did. I thought what we did was really, really good. Now, as to whether we were the type of thing that we were looking for, that they were looking for, sorry, I don't know, because sometimes you may have done it right, but you're just not the right look. There could be other people there that had the right look and you just didn't. And you know, sometimes that kind of stuff happened. But yeah, we left feeling quite positive. But from the looks of things, it doesn't seem like we got the call back, because the callback was supposed to be like a few days later, unless that's been pushed back, which sometimes can happen, but it's best not to think that way all the time. So yeah, I mean, did I get it? No, probably not, but I am confident that we did do a good audition. And it is always good to try and work well with people, because even if you just met them, it's a difficult kind of, it's kind of a skill to learn, really, but you've just kind of got to trust each other. That's the thing, you've just got to instantly trust this person who you've never met before. Well, in most cases you've never met before, and you've just got to trust each other and kind of quickly build a relationship whereby you can relate and react to each other in a scene. So it is quite an important skill, and it can be kind of quite nerve-wracking at first when you do it. It becomes a little bit more difficult when there's more than one person. That's when it can kind of not become a juggling act, but it's hard for all kind of 3 or 4 of you to to kind of interpersonally react with one another and kind of accept and build in the moment, because that's juggling quite a bit. But yeah, it's always interesting. It's always interesting to audition with someone else, especially if it's like you've just met them and there's supposed to be some kind of like bond between you, suggested in the script. It's kind of different from, because what this was kind of like more comedy based. Obviously, some people aren't funny, some people are funny. So it all just depends. I mean, with the drama scene, it's different because, you know, things implied and inferred in the script, whereas this, there's supposed to be a bond without actually saying, oh, there's a bond between us. It was like a duo, essentially. But no, I really enjoyed the audition, even though I probably haven't got the part, like 90% certain that I didn't get the call back. But I am still happy with what happened in the audition. I look forward to any future auditions where I have to work side by side with someone else in the moment and in the script and in improv. But yeah, that's pretty much my ramblings about what it's like to audition with other people. Let me know as to whether you've had to audition with anyone. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see you in the next video.